Today I'm gonna discuss about another remembrance that you can get in the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. I'm talking about the remembrance of the Lord of Frenzied Flame. You're gonna have two different options to choose from. Obviously you can just duplicate this remembrance, or you can start a new game plus and get them both. But if you are like me and if you want to decide which one is the best, because I'm gonna tell you from the start, this is not a remembrance that, in my opinion at least, I think you should not duplicate it. You have limited amounts of duplications that you can do, only 10, and a lot of remembrances as you can see right now on your screen. Now, what are the items? We're gonna have to choose between a sword, a weapon basically, and an incantation. I'm gonna show you the stats, we're gonna discuss about everything, but if you are here for the first time on my YouTube channel, it will be so awesome if you can hit that like button. It will help me a lot. Now we have the Greatsword of the Domination, and Midra's Flame of Frenzy. We're gonna start obviously with the weapon. Let's take them in order. It's important to get them to take them in order. Now let's see the stats for the weapon. Be sure to have 20 strength points, 15 dexterity points, and 20 fate points. So it will scale with that. Also, it's gonna have a really awesome unique skill that you can use it with 21 FP points. Quite high, but probably it's worth it. The weapon that I'm gonna test, I already upgraded with Somber Smithing Stone. It's level 10 as you can see right now. And I'm about to show you the moves, the regular ones, the special attack, which for some it may be a little bit, I don't know, tricky. Because if you don't go into the second phase with the special attack, probably you are not gonna use this weapon anymore. You're gonna see, or you wanna say to yourself, this is trash. So I'm here to show you that it's not trash. So these are the regular attacks, the heavy ones, and now let's see after that the special skill, but only the phase 1. This is the phase 1. You're gonna do some damage, but if you are not continuing with the phase 2, this is everything that we will get. How you can continue with phase 2? Very important. After, depends what you are playing on. I play on a PC, but no matter what you are playing on, after you're gonna use your special button to use the phase 1, just press it all over again 2 times more. I don't know, spam it if you like, and you're gonna go into the phase 2 when you're gonna release these things from the ground. That's gonna do a lot of damage to everyone that's in your proximity. So pretty awesome, right? Now let's test it on some enemies like I'm always doing. Just look at this. This is where I'm using only the phase 1. I just wanted to test it, the first part obviously. I just wanted to test it. I got some damage. As you can see right now, this is phase 1. You're gonna get some damage with phase 1, but with the phase 2 you're gonna finish the job if you are using that. Let me explain what I'm talking about with this enemy, which is quite strong. Ooh. Also, you're gonna break the stance of your enemy with the phase 2. Now let's go to a faster enemy. Let's see what we can do to this guy. Pretty tough, right? I really like this one. Even though I made it level 10, it's really strong even at level 1. With that special skill, it's really strong. At the end of this video, I'm gonna explain which one I will choose from these two, but don't do it like me. Don't choose like me. Choose whatever you like. I'm here just to show you both of the options, and then you can decide for yourself. Maybe you are not someone that just use that use weapons, and maybe you want to choose only incantation, or otherwise you can just choose only weapons and that's it. Now let's go to the second item. I don't want to waste more time with the first one, and it would be better to use it with the Frenzied Flame seal if you have something like that in your inventory. I have a video on my YouTube channel how you can get that seal if you don't have it. And this weapon, not a weapon, this is an incantation, and this incantation, let's see the stats. It will be required for you to have 2 slots to equip it. 2 slots, not only 1, remember that. And the fate points, it has to be 41. If you don't have 41 fate points, don't worry, there are certain items that are gonna boost that fate with a lot. Maybe if you have 20, you can still use it with the perfect items. You can just mix it in your flask. You're gonna get 10 points, and so on. There are some talismans, some helmets. The one that I'm using right now, the the helm is gonna give me, I think, at least 2 or 3 fate points. So yeah, you can just use it even if you don't have the stats. I just wanted to mention that because a lot of players don't have the stats for a lot of these new incantations or spells. Now let's see what this thing does. Basically, you will create a fire on top of you, and that big fire with an eye or something like that, and that big fire is gonna, as you can see right now, the eye of fire, the Sauron eye, it's gonna throw a lot of flames into your targets, not only one. If you have multiple targets, it's gonna hit everyone. This thing is so random, it can do an insane amount of damage sometimes, and sometimes you're gonna get interrupted or you're not gonna do that much damage. I didn't change anything, probably the distance, and I'm not sure if, and the weaknesses of your enemies depends how they are, because sometimes I did a lot of damage, like here for example, and sometimes I couldn't defeat some basic enemies. This thing has some downsides that I want to mention before we're gonna move on. Very important. The first thing, the distance that you have to cast this is quite short. So this is a one downside that I think it's so bad, because the distance it's so small. You have to be pretty close to your target in order to use it. Not that close, but pretty close. Second thing that I want to mention is going to be the fact that you can get in. As you can see, that bird I just defeated in no time. But this guy, which is very aggressive, if you're going to find an aggressive opponent like this one, probably you're not going to defeat him with this. So this thing can be useless. Even though you try to defeat him, you will get interrupted. Yes, that is the worst thing about this incantation, the fact that you can get interrupted so easy while you are casting it. Another downside is the fact that you're gonna get madness at a certain moment if you use it too much, and another bad thing, you will gonna consume that mana very fast with this thing, very fast, and I mean it. There are some spells I know that you can use, some before, some buffs, some things like that gonna keep you that mana, and you can do some crazy builds. I know also that. And probably this thing can be insane with a perfect build, because it's gonna do a lot of damage and you're gonna kill everyone with a perfect build. Now feel free to explore. I don't have the time to make the builds right now because I have to find everything in this new DLC. So for me it's gonna be the weapon, if I have to choose only one of these two things. Probably in the future I'm gonna get them both, but at this moment I'm gonna get the weapon. I think it's strong, it looks nice, even though I really like this incantation, but definitely I'm gonna choose the weapon. Like, subscribe, share, press the notification bell. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Be safe.